big development in the Sushant Singh Rajput death investigation. The CBI has today responded to Dr. Subramanian Swamy, Member of Parliament of the BJP. In fact, the CBI says in its response to Dr. Swamy that all aspects of the investigation are being looked at. Essentially what this means is that the CBI has not ruled out any aspect. And Ridhwanand Bhardwaj is now joining us on the phone line with that breaking news story. Ridham brought those details first to us. Ridham, the fact that the CBI has detailed out the investigation about the steps taken so far, the method of investigation, the different techniques that they've used, and I think the last line is something that all of us have been watching out very closely for. What happens in the investigation? Where does the investigation stand? And I think what they've said today is very significant.
Niranjan, I think the most important point in this 3-page letter that has been replied to by the CBI is the last line that the CBI says, during investigation, all aspects are being looked at and no aspect has been ruled out to date. A very critical aspect, which means that in the Sushant Singh Rajput case, they are still continuing to look at what could be the further leads that have to be taken on. Let's also tell our viewers that they've also said after taking over the investigation, a team of experienced investigating officers was constituted to look into the matter. They've also given out details of them and said they've visited the place of the incident. They've given out details of what's happening. They've also said that the CFSL lab in New Delhi is considered the best in the field. It's examining the incident. They've also said that forensic medicine experts are looking at the incident. The mortuary of Cooper Hospital during the night has been seen. If they discuss the case with the autopsy surgeons to understand the procedure of post-mortem adopted in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. They've also given details of how concerned witnesses have been examined. They've also said that throughout this investigation, the family members, other independent sources have been examined. They've also finally said in this particular page 2 of the letter that during investigation...
Rhythm, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Rhythm. I'll have to interrupt you there for a minute because I'm getting Dr. Subramanian Swamy on the phone line, Rhythm. Dr. Swamy is on the phone line. Dr. Swamy, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dr. Swamy. This letter is very critical, sir. I think the entire country has been asking... What do you make of the letter, Dr. Swamy? What do you make of the CBI's response to you? Yeah, what do you make of
Well, the matter is not closed as people were all moaning and groaning on Twitter. It's in an advanced stage. As I told you that I am not going to let go. I am thoroughly convinced that Sushant was murdered. And therefore, I'd like to see, and in any case, everything is open to challenge in the courts. And CBI knows very well that if I get after something, I don't let go unless the truth is out. And I have full confidence in the present CBI director that he may be slow, but he is sure. And so I think we'll get to the bottom of it. Of course, the lobbies who have been behind the murder of Sushant are very powerful, and they have political clout, and they have international money laundering clout in Dubai. And so we have to keep at it and not lose hope. That's what I've been tweeting all along. Never give up hope, because even Subhash Chandra Bose's death we have not yet been able to find out, even though there are government records in it which are still sealed and not revealed because of the consequences of revealing it. But ultimately we must know these are great heroes. This Sushant was a new kind of hero for the Bombay films, or the Bollywood as it's called. And he was trapped into this situation where he started taking drugs, and ultimately they killed him, and then they botched it up, having ambulances of all kinds of characters going in and coming out. And so I think we have to set an example, and therefore this letter shows that the CBI is very serious about this matter, and they will go to the logical end, and I will be watching it all the time.
Dr. Swamy, in the last few days there have been several ministers included in the Maharashtra government that have been asking the CBI openly in news conferences and in sound bites saying that the CBI must come out with an answer, CBI must come out with an answer. Why are they taking so long? Do you think there is an attempt to sort of put pressure on the CBI? What's your view? What's your take on this, Dr. Swamy?
No, there is panic in the Maharashtra government, understandable. But we can't make wild charges. Everybody is not guilty in the Maharashtra government. But there some are. And let the CBI come out with it. And I don't think the CBI should be hurried on this matter, because it's This is a matter which involves tremendous stakes for so many people, so it has to be done with a great deal of finesse.
Yeah.
Hello.
Dr. Swamy, appreciate you not just for speaking to Republic but also being relentless on the issue of Sushant Singh Rajput and following up for all his fans who've been, every day, and you know it best. I'm sure that you're getting a lot of queries. And then if I may ask you, Dr. Swamy, what sort of queries do you get? Because a lot of people are anxious about where this investigation is going. How many people contact you in a day just to sort of, get to know the kind of anticipation, sir, and the anxiety?
I don't pick up phones whose numbers I don't recognize, but on Twitter, Twitter and email, I'm flooded, but mostly by young, starry-eyed followers of Sushant who have no idea how criminal investigation takes place, so they want results now. And I told them from beginning, this is not a fast food industry that you walk in and you get your samosas and masala dosas. This is a thing where so many interests are involved, so everybody has to tread carefully. But the only thing is that should be a determination that we'll get to the truth. I am convinced that he was murdered and he deserves justice. And till that happens, I will not let go. I didn't let go for Sunanda, which was a completely sealed case, unlike this one, where there are lots of loopholes and opportunities for us to raise questions. But that one was done in the most scientific way. But anyway, I persisted, and ultimately Mr. Shashi Tharoor charged sheeted and awaiting trial.
Thank you, Dr. Swamy. Thank you. Thank you for speaking to Republic TV and also being relentless in this case. The CBI has responded to Dr. Swamy today in a detailed letter. In fact, I'm going to read out some excerpts of it. I don't know whether Rhythm is still on the phone line with us, but I want to read out some of the excerpts of the letter that the CBI has written to Dr. Swamy. In fact, the CBI making some critical points on the Sushant Singh Rajput investigation, saying that the investigating team and senior officers had visited the place of incident on numerous occasions for better understanding of the circumstances related to the incident. The experts of the Central Forensic Science Laboratory or the CFSL CBI New Delhi, considered to be the best in their fields in India, also visited and examined the place of incident. The experts also carried out simulation exercise. Forensic medicine experts in Delhi visited the place of incident, mortuary of the Cooper Hospital during the night, and also discussed the case with autopsy surgeons to understand the procedure of post-mortem adopted by them. And during investigation, all the concerned witnesses have been examined to understand the circumstances, apprehensions raised by the complainant and his family members and other independent sources. Intensive and thorough investigation has been carried out in this regard. During investigation, advanced mobile forensic equipment, including latest softwares, have been used for extraction and analysis of relevant data available in the digital devices, and also for analysis of dump data of the relevant cell tower locations related to the case. CBI is conducting investigation in a thorough and professional manner using latest scientific techniques. And the most operative part of this letter, the last line, which says, and I quote, "During investigation, all aspects are being looked at and no aspect has been ruled out as on date." Signed by the Superintendent of Police and IPS rank officer of the CBI in New Delhi, dated 30th of December. That's the breaking news update. That's the breaking news update here on Republic TV, accessing that letter written by the CBI to Dr. Swamy. And Rhythm, okay, we'll move on and we'll get you the latest. We are going to keep a close track on this story and where the story goes. But as of this minute, once again, telling all our viewers, everyone has been asking what's happening in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. Has the case been closed? Is there a go slow? Has any aspect been ruled out? The CBI, in a response to Dr. Subramanian Swamy, dated today, has not ruled out any aspect of the investigation.